Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. Recording this on a Monday afternoon just before 4 p.m. Wanted to wait for the official news of I can assume that you know what I'm talking of. But after a rough weekend of Wisconsin professional sports, starting with the Bucks getting absolutely run off the court by a paltry Nets team, this was after a pretty, I would say, morale-boosting victory against the Celtics earlier in the week. Still in Giannis's absence, of course. We get absolutely demolished by the Nets, and now, boy, morale is low there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks try to make one last-ditch effort before the February deadline in attempts to, try to keep Giannis on the team. But if he does decide to stay, obviously we would love that. Then we'll see. We'll see how the season plays out. But going into next year, his last year on contract, then we should be definitely looking to allow him to move on so we actually get something in return and we don't just lose him in free agency. But that is not what we are here to talk about. We want to talk about the Packers. Zach Tom, injury. Evan Williams, injury. Jaden Reed, injury. Christian Watson, injury. Micah Parsons, injury. This is, I don't even think I've felt this bad since, Rodgers when he broke his collarbone. This is very bad, and you almost felt the morale in Packer Nation absolutely deflated in the second half when he goes down and he even yells, you can read his lips, I'm out. It just seemed inevitable at that point. Everybody knew before knowing the severity of the injury. So, being said, I tried to be a beacon of opportunity, or a beacon of optimism rather, I am going to work my way up and hopefully give you reason for hope. And let's start with the defense without Micah Parsons. Now, Micah Parsons, there's no sugarcoating, there's no hiding it. He is an absolute field-tilting talent. This guy there's no one else like him aside from potentially Myles Garrett. These guys play on another level. There is just no blocking him. And as I said, he tilts the field in your favor. If you have Micah Parsons on your team, he is automatically giving you a chance to be in the game, to have a chance. He's giving you a chance to have a chance, essentially. But now, the defense, without Micah Parsons, we still have X. We still have Evan Williams. Mentioned earlier his injury, but it's looking positive. We got JJ. That's Enigbare. We have a rookie, Sorrell, he's gonna get more playing time. He's gonna have to step up to the plate. We got Lucas Van Ness back. I know we've been kind of disappointed in him, but we've been sticking him inside, and this is an opportunity for him. He has an opportunity to eat. Let's see if he eats. We have Quay Walker. McDuffie's been playing very well. This is all to say that last year, without Parsons, Jeff Hafley was already putting packages together, and our defense was already playing at a level, not necessarily an elite level, but we were definitely top half, top 10 even. And I would argue that our defense without Parsons is better than the pieces Hafley had to work with last year. Now, this is going to be a big test for Hafley, but I will get into that in a minute. All I'm saying is our defense is still good, and we still can be good, especially with Hafley leading, and especially with the pieces, the dogs that we have on defense. Now, there will be some weak links. Looking at Nixon, I feel he's a rubber band stretched just fully stretched. You're either getting something amazing out of him or it snaps, and he's doing back-to-back penalties, 15, 30, he's Just you can hear him in my voice how frustrated I am with him. But he makes a game-winning interception, or he gives you a back-breaking, roughing penalty. And then we have Valentine on the other side, who, let's be real, when he's playing well, he's a good player. He can be a good corner. Now, is he going to be top of the market, top of the league kind of corner? No, but can he get the job done if he's put in the proper situation? Yes, I do believe. And I do believe our defense not going to be as elite or as dangerous, obviously, when we have Parsons on the field, but can they be good? I think they can be good enough. I really do. Now let's transition to the other side of the ball. Christian Watson. With this injury, I'm going to say something here. I think Christian Watson plays a more important role than Micah Parsons to this team. That's right. I said it. Christian Watson, we just saw blatantly in that Broncos game how important of a piece he is on our offense. Our offense, Jordan Love had over 200 yards passing in the first half against what people believe to be the best defense next to the Texans, the best defense in the league. And our offense looked elite. There was no denying that. We were moving the ball. Jordan Love was playing very good. Jordan Love is very good. Josh Jacobs was a dog. And our offense was making it look easy. That is the best defense that we will face until, hypothetically speaking, until the Super Bowl. Not saying we are or are not making. I'm just saying any team that we play in the NFC playoffs will not have a defense as good as that defense. And look how easy we made it look in the first half. After Christian Watson goes down, I believe we scored 3 points and we had 65 total yards of offense. Something of that nature. Just horrible. Look back at the Panthers game. Look back at the Eagles game. Then you turn the table. Look what we did in Detroit. Look what we did to the Bears. Our offense with Christian Watson plays on a whole nother level. And we definitely need Watson back. And that is why I think we have had some initial good news on Watson's injury. And whether he's playing with limited mobility and pain, we'll have to see to the degree. But Watson needs to be on the field if we want to have any hope, if we want to have a belief, if it can really be any given Sunday. Watson needs to be on the field. It's one of those things, honestly. We can win in spite of not having Parsons on the field. And that's a large part to do with Halfley because of the exotic packages he might be able to dial up. He was cooking up pressures last season. We didn't have Parsons last season. But Christian Watson on this offense, it has been so blatant what our offense looks like without Watson and with Watson on the field. And we need Watson back. So that is, for me, that is the biggest point looking into the weekend, or during this week, looking into the weekend playing the Bears on Saturday. Now, I feel obliged to give Josh Jacobs a tip of the hat. Man, he had an awesome game. And honestly, when you have a player of Josh Jacobs' caliber on your team, you just feel better. This man is a winner on and off the field. He is a leader. He holds people accountable. He holds himself accountable. He is always giving 110%, and there's never a doubt that is how much effort he is giving. I cannot understate how much more confident I am in our team when Josh Jacobs is healthy and he is playing. The guy is a winner. Josh Jacobs is a winner, and he will be on our team and he will be part of our offense. And you know damn well, you can bet your bottom dollar, he will be giving 110%. And that is also why we can still have some faith. Jordan Love, been playing awesome. I know there's been a lot of talk about whether he passes the eye test. How good is he really? His mechanics. These back foot throws that he's been doing. But let's be honest, the back foot throws, some of the throws he does off of his back foot are precise. On point. Just a thing of beauty. These fadeaway throws, people are calling them. And yes, now it's, if he wasn't throwing off the back foot, he wouldn't have underthrown Christian Watson, and he wouldn't have had to play half defense. It was an excellent play on Surtain's part. Blah, blah, blah. But he also got wrecked on that throw, if you saw it. He got hit hard. Jordan Love did. But J. Love has been playing very good. He's been playing at a very high level, at a level of quarterback play that you can win games with. Realistically now, though, especially with the absence of Parsons, Jordan Love is going to have to play hero ball. He's going to have to bring out his cape. His margin for error just took a hit. He is going to have to play very good. And he is going to have to play at high quality J. Love levels for us to make a run. Which we've seen him do it. We know it's in there. Are we going to get it? I believe. Keep moving up the totem pole. Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley, Jeff Hafley, we all love Jeff Hafley. We all love Hafley. There's no denying it. And is he really searching for a head coach position? It's kind of crazy to think that he wouldn't be. And if he is, this is his opportunity. He just entered the interview room, and this next stretch of 3 games and potentially 4th and beyond is his interview for a head coaching position. Now, if our defense completely falters, which even with Parsons last night, I'm not going to lie, our defense looked not great, Bob. Not great. Our backfield was getting sliced and diced. Bo Nix does not play like that. He is not that great of a quarterback, and he put a near perfect passer rating. I believe it was 134.8. He has not been playing as good as he did last night. Now, whether that is because he's got it in the tank and he's capable of it, obviously he is. But is it coincidental that it happens against the Packers defense, as it so often seems to appear that every quarterback has their Hall of Fame candidate resume performance against this defense? Hafley, we're looking at you. These next 3 games is going to be make or break, whether you are going to be the lone option for head coach of the New York Giants, or whether you are going to be in a room with 2, 3, 5, 6 other candidates. This is a big test for Hafley. And frankly, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see the exotic packages he pulls up, how he's going to get pressure on the quarterback without Parsons. He's done it. He did it last year. We've seen it. But it just got real fast. That brings me up to MLF, Matt LaFleur. Ed Policy didn't renew him. And now, honestly, I'm sure there are a lot of people looking at it, and it was a big cojones move. And maybe it was the right move, because what is a point that Matt LaFleur emphasizes so often in so many of his pressers is adversity, dealing with adversity, playing in spite of the adversity, beating the adversity. Well, I got news for you. LaFleur, this is definition adversity. And these next 3 games, obviously, will determine the outcome of the season. But I think, actually, I know it will steer the conversation, the head coach conversation, into the offseason. And it'll be interesting to see, obviously, once again, depending on how this all finishes out, what policy we'll want to do. But I do have, and I'm generally an MLF defender. I think he is a very good coach. I really hope he doesn't just drop the ball. And one of my biggest criticisms of MLF, we saw so apparent yesterday after the defeat, after all of the bad injury news we got. MLF in his post-game presser, it's okay to be emotional. I get it. We're all human. Be emotional. Be sensitive. It's okay. But when you are leading a team of 53 grown-ass men, you cannot go up there in front of the podium for your post-game presser and look like you are defeated and about to drop into tears. You look like you were a 5-year-old child that just got his toy taken away from him. It was an eyesore. It was hard to watch. And that is the side of Matt LaFleur that I think is his biggest weakness. It's his Achilles heel. You started to feel it when he threw the challenge flag on the 4th and 2 or 4th and 3 conversion where they throw it down the sideline on a 26-yard throw. Come on. 2 feet in bounds? I don't even need replay to see that. Who is he communicating with? And I truly feel he lets his emotion at those specific moments just wash over him. And we saw it again, so blatant in the post-game presser. And it is an eyesore. That's right, an eyesore. But MLF, let's see what you can do, because these next 3 games are going to be the reason where you keep your job potentially or not. And the next 3 games we have at Chicago on Saturday. Then we have Baltimore in Lambeau the following Saturday. And then we finish against Minnesota in Minnesota at TBD. They haven't released that schedule yet. I'm sure, obviously, we'll have to see what happens with these next 2 games, because there is a scenario if we go. I'm not saying we will, and this is not where my mind is at, because, like I said, I try to be a beacon of optimism here. Worst case scenario, we go 0-3, we miss the playoffs. We win one of the next 3 games, we squeeze in as the 7th seed. Squeezing in as a 7th seed potentially means going right back down to Chicago and playing the Bears, who very well may be the 2nd seed behind either the Rams or the Seahawks. And squeezing in as a 7th seed, that would be our first matchup. That would be our first round matchup. However, if we win 2 or even 3 of these next 3, there's also potential that we squeeze in as the 2nd seed, maybe even the 3rd seed. And in that case, we could win ourselves a home game. And all of a sudden, we're cooking, boys and girls. We are cooking. We can At that point, we can host and win a playoff game in Lambeau. And then after that, divisional round, oh, baby, it is any given Sunday. Any given Sunday. There's no team that we are not capable of beating. But on the other hand, I must be realistic. If we sneak into the playoffs, and it's asking for essentially, well, the task at hand would be to win 3 road games to make it to the big game. Go buy yourself a lottery ticket. $1.1 billion. Play it. Anyway, that's where we're at. Monday after the game, I do want to just make a quick comment there. I did hear some people, obviously, big-time criticisms of our defense. Our defense is going to be incapable of stopping everybody. We went over that. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I'll believe it when I see it. I have faith in Jeff Hafley. But nobody in our defense scares anyone anymore? Come on. Who on any other defense scares you? Other than Myles Garrett on the Browns. Name me a player on the Seahawks defense that scares you. The Broncos defense? If we got Watson in the lineup, we moved the ball on them like there wasn't even a defense on the field. Once again, I hope Christian Watson's back and playing against the Bears. I really do. All right. Go Pack Go. I'll be back for another reaction video. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.